It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish. I'm coming to you, as I always freaking do, from live within the Hardcore Challenge Live studios. Where, might you ask, is Hardcore Challenge Live studios? Where? Where the hell else would it be besides deep behind the enemy line? This is Raider Reaction Tuesday night. And what does that mean, Raider Nation? That means it's time for the Raider Nation Report with yours truly, as we break down a solid 60 minutes of every damn thing silver and black that's going on and important to you and me. So let's get right to it, shall we? Because there's all kinds of Raider juice in the news today, all kinds of silver and black flavor. So let's get right freaking to it. Obviously, first off, biggest news of the day, as waves were shot across Raider Nation, as the head that has been called for since last season, probably midway of last season, Raider Nation was collectively calling for the head of Ken Norton Jr. Bring me his head on a stick, said the nation. We cannot have a defense of such caliber representing the Shield. And nobody listened. It went through the whole offseason. The question was, is he going? He's got all these new toys. We've given him some new fire. We've given him some young blood. Are they going to fix the defense? Are they going to fix the defense? It was our biggest goddamn concern the entire offseason. So, when you see games like the massacre in Mexico that we just witnessed, and the previous losing streak that we had going, the points we're giving up, the bad defensive back play, the crappy schemes. My kid knows when to blitz better on Madden than that jackass did. He can call a better blitz and scheme package on frickin' Madden than this guy's calling on the sideline of an NFL game. We all knew we needed to bring pressure. Regardless, your services are no longer needed, Mr. Norton Jr. Here's your check. Give me your key. And get the fuck out. You're yesterday's news. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So, enough with him. He's gone now. He's not a Raider anymore. And you know what? He never was a Raider before. He was a freaking cow patty and a freaking whiner. So, he never was a Raider. And now you cannot be one anymore. Goodbye. Please take your shitty-ass defensive fucking playbook with you when you leave. He'll get over it. Nick, he'll get over it. If you're just joining me, I am the Commish. This is Raider Reaction Tuesday. And how do we do it every Raider Reaction Tuesday? It's the Raider Nation Report with the Commish as we break down everything going on in the silver and black world. A solid 60 minutes. So, thank you for joining me. New, old, my band of pirates. Thank you for joining me on a Tuesday night. Lines, that is a fair question, and that's basically where I was going next, because you are such an intelligent man, you could read my mind. I was obviously going to who his replacement was going to be, which is going to be Pagano. Pagano. It's going to be Pagano, and that's a fair question. Do I think there's enough season left for him to make an impact? Yes. Obviously, Lines, because somebody else is making the play calls. It's the difference in what you've seen from the offense we had last year and the offense we had this year. Because say you're building a skyscraper. It's a whole hell of a lot easier to be a foreman in charge of a part of that skyscraper than be the freaking goddamn site superintendent who's in charge of the whole son of a bitch. Because when something goes wrong, they're not chewing the ass and firing the foreman. They're firing the guy who's running the show and driving the schedule. That's who's getting fired. So it's the same thing. So Downey, of course, he looks good when he was a foreman of the offense last year, but now you had to be superintendent of it. Now you've got to call it all. Now it's all on you and the big spotlight's shining bright on your ass. Well, it was shining bright on Ken Norton Jr. too, because with his crappy season the defense had last year, the spotlight was already shining bright on him, just like it is Downey. I think it's not as easy to change an offensive coordinator mid-season as it is a defensive coordinator. I completely think that, because on offense, it requires the team moving as a well-oiled machine, moving as a unit to perform a play. There's handoffs, there's timing routes, there's blocking schemes. There's just so much to moving a ball on an NFL offense that is hard to change an OC midstream. Now, defensive coordinator, defense is more of an individual side of the ball than the offense. Just look at it. How do you think Bowman was able to come in, put the freaking green tag on, and go right in and play the game and start calling plays? Because it's defense. Guy has ball, put him on the ground. I mean, that's it. You take it down to its basic core, and that's what it is. So it's a little easier to change the defense. And the guy calling the plays, deciding when to blitz, deciding the schemes is going to be different. So yes, there is a distinct possibility that with the exact same pieces in place, that somebody different calling the damn plays and shuffling people around a little bit can make a damn difference. There is a distinct possibility that a change in defensive coordinator can make a difference on defense and make a difference for this season. You get a group of men that buy into the scheme and buy into what he's selling. Like, if he comes out and says, listen, guys, I know we weren't blitzing, and I know we weren't bringing the heat. I'm taking the fucking leash off you guys. Let's get it. And sometimes that's all it takes, man. Just give them something to fight for. You can give them the tools to do it. So, that was obviously that's obviously the biggest Raider news of the day. Now, there is some other breaking Raider news. Obviously not as breaking as our defensive coordinator getting handed his pink slip. But some other Raider news that quite frankly downright pisses me off. Downright pisses me off. And I'm not going to lie. This downright pisses me off. Explain to me, can anyone please explain to me how in the hell is Tom Flores not making the fucking cut for the Hall of Fame again. Are you kidding me? How is this even possible? This has come down this evening. So this is fairly new news. And, I mean, come. There's only a handful of men on the planet that have as many Super Bowl rings on his hand as that man does. He broke barriers. I'm going to get to that, Nick. I'll get to that. It's a long show, my brother. Bear with me. Enjoy the ride. But how does a man who broke down barriers, the first Hispanic coach, first Hispanic starting quarterback, Super Bowl champion as a player, as a coach, what do you need on your resume to make it? Jerry, just let me throw this out to you. Within the past decade, Jerry Jones was given a gold jacket. A man never said didn't play in the league. He's got a gold jacket. But Tom Flores don't get one. Something wrong with that, isn't there? Something terribly, terribly wrong with that. Don't make him wait. Don't make his family get to have a tribute after his death and get screwed out of shit like you guys screwed the Snakes family. You made him wait till after he was gone to honor the man. Don't do that shit to Tom Flores, too. I swear. How? There's no reason. No reason. No way. No how. No way. That man does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. No way. I think we should start our own Raider Reaction campaign to get Tom Flores. We need to pick a couple of them and help champion a cause to... a freaking petition, online petition. I mean, something. Cliff Branch, freaking Todd Christensen, Tom Flores. I'll make a strong argument for Plunkett. The man's got 2 damn Super Bowl rings. 2. I don't care about stats. When you're a freaking quarterback, there's only one goddamn stat in the world, and that's when you can throw up the fist and how many rings you got. That's the only freaking stat in the world that matters when you're a quarterback. You can take all Dan Marino's numbers, and he would trade them in a goddamn minute for Brad Johnson's fucking Super Bowl ring, or Trent Dilfer's fucking Super Bowl ring. You better believe it. He would trade all of his numbers in a second for it, because the only thing that matters when you are a quarterback in the NFL is how many you left with on your fist. That's it. The only stat that matters. And Jim Plunkett can throw up a fist, and he's rocking 2. That is Hall of Fame. That is jacket worthy. Lester Hayes is jacket worthy. Come on. His counterpart, Mike Haynes, is in there. How do you not have the other half? Possibly the greatest corner duo of all time. And you put one in? One? Get the hell out of here. Come on, man. Raiders are always getting the freaking shaft. Straight up getting the shaft. All right. Now, before we move on, let's dig into week 11 a little bit. Let's dig into week 11. I know it's like, it's painful, but just say I didn't make you watch the condensed game of the beatdown So we weren't doing that, but we got to talk about it because we got to bury it and we got to put it to rest. It begs the question. It begs the question, and I have to throw it out there. I got accused today of being negative. Now, any of you that have watched my show and follow the page know, obviously, I am pretty pro Raider damn near all the time. I very hardly get down on my team. I try to think positive, but sometimes, oh, we're not gonna watch it again. Hell no. Oh, I ain't gonna push through that, AJ. Good Lord, no. That was not worth sitting through the whole game, and there's not really a lot positive you can take out of that. There's just not. So, I don't want to watch it again. I sure the hell wouldn't make you guys. It was painful enough the first time. There's nothing we can take from that. It was just bad. It was just bad. Great players do not always make great coaches. Rip, you've got a freaking great point. But if he's handicapped by the way the defensive coordinator is setting up the scheme, because that's the guy who's ultimately the marionette of the whole defense, is the coordinator. So even if your other coaches, your positional coaches, maybe they weren't allowed the latitude. We don't know what was. We don't know. We don't know. We're about to find out. Because if all those coaches stay the same, and all you did was change the DC, and then all of a sudden they start winning, well, maybe there was nothing wrong except just the one guy. Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes you see a guy get removed and everybody else, now reality comes into play. And they're like, damn. They fired his ass. Good Lord, man. Maybe we better step up our game a little bit. So, we'll see. We'll see. It's very interesting, but it begs you to ask the question, after looking at our team and the way we performed in Mexico City, was last year a fluke? So many close games. We ended 12-4. That 12-4 could have easily been 8-8. Could have been 10-6. Could have been 6-10. Now that's just funny when I see Mark Davis say fire Mark Davis. But, I mean, stop and think about it. I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying to look at it objectively. Because I did not see the slump of this proportion coming this season. I really didn't. I thought that we had built properly. And I've talked about this all off season. And for the reason that I thought the Cowboys would be the team that tanked. Because in the NFL, typically you have to build slowly. It's a gradual climb. The teams that spike and improve quickly and fast over one season typically drop off big the next season. Quick peaks mean deep valleys. Now, if you can progress on a nice gradual climb like we have done over the past several seasons, you've gotten a little better, made the playoffs last season, because typically that's how you're supposed to work. You crack the playoffs, then maybe you'll make it a little deeper the next year. And about your third year, second to third year of cracking the playoffs is when you typically make that big jump. It's usually not your first appearance, because you need a little experience, because playoff football is a totally different thing. So we were on the proper progression climb. I thought. But, no. Lines, you're correct. You guys got some intelligent comments out there. I'm gonna enjoy reading these after the show. Very intelligent comments. I'm watching them go by, but, I can't speak and read at the same time. Very intelligent comments. That's what I love. An intelligent, insightful football audience. They are not sharp, Stanley, and that's a good point. Stanley has a great point there. You practice, you play how you practice. You play how you practice. And anymore, with the new collective bargaining agreement that went in a couple years ago, they don't practice. They're in shorts and freaking pads half the time. They're out there walking through plays. These are well-oiled machines of human specimens that have crafted their trade and their talent over an entire lifetime, probably damn near since they were 10 years old, all the way until now. They've reached the pinnacle of their craft. They've practiced their ass off to be the best they can be, and they get to the pinnacle of their craft and they're like, put some shorts on, guys. We're going to go do a walkthrough. Nah, we're doing a walkthrough today, guys. We'll hit tomorrow. How the hell do you expect gladiators to keep an edge when they hardly even practice anymore? It shows. It shows. How can you not practice? I mean, it's just not like it used to be. The stories of 2 and 3 a days by coaches when they're in the, their team's sucking and they go out there and ride their ass. I agree, Jesse. I think they're going soft. Oh, I'm going to touch on that too, Brett. Man, see, you guys are just reading my mind tonight. You're reading my mind. Even our quarterback after the game says we have a long way to go to be anything like the Patriots. It's disgusting for me to hear. It's disgusting for me to hear. The fact that the team knew at the start of the game that Kansas City had lost. And the fact that you're coming out against the Patriots and you know how much this damn game means to your entire fucking fan base. And that you come out and that is the fire that you have in that game. That is just very, very disappointing in a football team. And when you look across the landscape of the league, there's been so many injuries and so many major and catastrophic injuries this season. Yeah, we're banged up a little bit, but we're fairly healthy. Our offense has all of its key players intact. And has been pretty much most of the season. A guy missed a game here and there, but overall we've been fairly healthy. If you asked Raider Nation, you would almost even say we have stars placed across the field. Stars. So what's our excuse? What's our excuse? I mean, we come out and the first half, we have a running game against the Patriots like we haven't had in a while. Beast Mode was moving the ball. I know everybody wants to bitch about Beast Mode, but he was moving the ball. He was the one freaking bright spot we had the whole damn game. And then we stopped giving him the rock because we got down. Guys are dropping the ball. It's bad. When you look at the offensive, our entire starting line, along with Carr, played 100%. All the offensive snaps. Our entire front line with our quarterback. Not missed one snap the entire game. We had the best of our best out there. Lined up against the shitty Patriots defense. And we had 2 weeks to prepare and put that together. That's our offensive coordinator. That's our offensive coordinator. Marshawn Lynch was only on the field for 21 freaking plays. A guy that needs to carry the ball, in my opinion, a minimum of 20. So you can't give him the ball just every damn time he's out there. Only on the field for 21 plays. Washington was on the field for 24. When you look at defense, you had TJ Carey Reggie Nelson played 100%. Sean Smith played 72% of the snaps. Joseph played 85%. Obi played 43%. We were trying different things at defensive back, but it just didn't seem to work. Will it change with Pagano? Could it be worse than what we just seen? Could it be worse? Yeah, DJ Hayden leaves, Brett, and now he's balling out in Detroit. So that begs the question when he was here. Because we weren't good ever defensively while he was here. Was it all just our crappy scheme the whole time? Possibly. Possibly. I would like to think not. But we have not had a good elite defense for quite some time. We just haven't. The stats were bad. There were no positives really to take out of the stats. Marshawn Lynch averaged 6.1 yards a carry. 11 carries for 67 yards. A 25-yarder. And then we stopped giving him the ball. We just stopped giving him the ball. We got behind. The big play that flipped the entire game on its head was about a 3 to 4 play series. The end of the half. Down by the goal line. You have the no call on the obvious pass interference that would have gave us first and goal. Give it to beast mode, 14-7. Instead, 2 plays later, Seth Roberts gets the ball punched out while he's fighting for extra yards when he didn't even freaking need it. They get the ball. They kick a 62-yarder. 10-point swing. We never recovered after they came out after the half. So, we know where we're at. We're 4-6. We know where we're at. Before the show's over, I'm going to get to where we're going. So don't leave me and hang around. We're halfway through the Raider Nation Report. I am the Commish. This is the Raider Reaction. Tuesday, Raider Nation Report. Every Tuesday on Raider Reaction as we dispose of the previous week and get ready for the next. So, Raider Nation, let's put it to bed. Week 11, we've talked about it. We've had Monday to decompress, to be pissed off. Now it's time to put it down. And we bury it. And we move on. Because get your ass kicked one week. There's somebody waiting to kick your ass right around the corner. So you got to pick yourself up. You got to dust yourself off. Because it's a long season. It's a long season. And there's 6 games left. It ain't over. Now, one last nugget. Not really Patriot game related, but it is. It did happen during the game, and I want to touch on it. Because it became big news. And we touch on all Raider news, even if it's crappy subjects that we don't necessarily want to talk about. Marshawn Lynch. So Marshawn Lynch has the president pissed off again because he decided to sit for the American anthem, our national anthem, and stood during the Mexican national anthem. So I am quite frankly sick of the topic, and I'm over it. It doesn't mean I at this point I don't really care. Everybody can believe what the hell they want, and let's just play some damn football. And I wish the president would just stay the hell out of it and quit throwing fuel on the fire. Because people are going to protest. It's America. It's going to happen. Just deal with it. and let's move on. Let's play football. I hate these kind of stories. Marshawn's not making a big deal out of shit. He's just sitting there. Okay? So if he doesn't make a big deal out of it, nobody makes a big deal out of it, it becomes a non-issue. So let's keep it a non-issue and move on. But I did want to touch on it because it is news, and I don't want anybody to say, hey, Commish, did you see that story? Yes, I seen that story. I touched on it for 30 seconds when we moved on. So there you go. That's how much that one burns on my news feed. All right. We tried throwing the rookies in and mixing them in a lot at defensive back. Like I said, Obi had a big play. Lawani had some play. And they just didn't seem to have the impact we're hoping they'd have. The guy, our number one, obviously, who we thought we'd have the biggest impact, undergoes surgery to take care of the shin splints, the fracture in his shin, get him going, and get him back up to what we hope we can be in 2018. Not going to get any action out of him in 17, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think it's better to get the kid healthy, and let's not ruin a possible top 10 talent by RG3 and the poor kid and running him out there and driving him into the ground when he's not healthy. From the brief bits I got to see of him play, man, the kid looks like a freaking talent. He should have had the surgery early. If they knew it was an issue like that, Lions, and I don't think they thought it was going to be such a lingering, nagging issue, or I would have assumed they probably would have shelved him and put him down earlier. But I just don't think such a nagging injury. I think that was the case. And it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. And, I think once they tried him to play him, he couldn't play, had the issues, went back and looked at it again, and then decided it's in our best interest just to get the kid healthy. Just to get the kid healthy. So, that's what we're looking at now. Now, to get to our next game, because we have an opponent, obviously, this weekend. Oh, hold on, whoa, we got trolls? How did I miss trolls? I'm in my own zone here. Who are you talking about? Who's a what? You must not be very good trolls. You should announce yourselves. Come in. Who you repping? Because be proud, be loud and proud if you're going to come up in a Raider room with who you're repping. That's all we ask. There's one rule at Raider Reaction. What's that rule, everybody? All together now. Bring the fire. So if you're going to step up in here, bring the fire. And we will entertain you with the same. I don't know. I just seen Troll Brett. And then my troll radar goes up. So, looking ahead, because here's the thing, Raider Nation. As bad as it was Sunday in Mexico City, we are not out of it yet. The AFC is a hot mess right now. Our division that was supposed to be the toughest in the league is also a hot mess. Nobody wants to take it over at all. You've got the Chiefs at 6-4 who've lost 2 in a row. We're 4-6. Chargers are 4-6. The Donkeys are 3-7. We're still only 2 games out of the division lead with 6 games to go, for Christ's sakes, and we play them once. The 2 wildcard teams right now are 6-4 and 5-5 that are ahead of us. So we're only one game out of a wild card. It's simple math. The AFC is... nobody's really eliminated. It's going to come down to a 6-week sprint. All right. We had 10 weeks. Shit. We're right here with this handful of teams now. And none of them are that great. You got the Titans. You know. None of them are that great. You got the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Texans, the Titans. All those teams are 4-6, 5-5, or 6-4. So, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's a 6-game sprint now. And those are the teams we got to beat out. And hell, I'm telling you, man, we're only 2 games out of first and we got to play the Chiefs still in those 6 games. So now you got to look at it. Scratch the previous 10. Yeah, we just got handed our ass. Yes, we did. We're still picking fucking chiclets up off the ground and put them back in our mouth. We got beat up. But forget that. Look ahead. So now we're coming home. We got 2 games. Donkeys this week. Starting Paxton Lynch. What has Paxton Lynch done? He's thrown 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 59% completion percentage, 497 yards. That's all he's ever done. That's all he's ever done. Eagles. Eagles fan, let me introduce you to something that we like to call the kiddie table. Now, let me explain what the kiddie table is. See, we've all been to the family reunion. What's the kiddie table? It's where all the kids sit, so all the adults who don't get to see each other all year can sit around and talk and conversate and catch up. And the kiddie table can be over there in the corner and be seen but not heard, because grown folks are talking. So we got our own kiddie table at RAIDER ReACTION. And the teams on the kiddie table are all the teams that have never won a goddamn thing. Never hoisted a Lombardi trophy. Now you'll see that little Eagles guy sitting at the kiddie table. Yeah. I don't care what your record is this year, because history proves that you can't get it done. Donovan McNabb couldn't get it done. Randall Cunningham couldn't get it done. Ron Jaworski couldn't get it done. You've had a laundry list of coaches, a laundry list of quarterbacks. You even had Reggie White. You had the gangrene defense. You had Buddy goddamn Ryan in the 46D. You had everything you could possibly need to win a fucking Super Bowl and have managed to you even had Terrell Owens in a goddamn cryo chamber like fucking Michael Jackson. You've had everything, every possible way to win a Super Bowl, and you have managed to absolutely piss down your leg every single goddamn time. So, not only are you at the kiddie table, you need to be sitting there in diapers so you don't piss on our chair. Eagles fans. Alright, so, as I was saying, 6-game sprint. It's a 6-game sprint. 6-game sprint. And you've got the Donkeys at home with Paxton Lynch and a new offensive coordinator coming in. So, a guy who's never worked with another guy who's going to be calling plays for an offense that's not good. And then we got the Giants, one of the worst teams in the league. Yes, they had a big game and a field goal fest against Kansas City, but was hardly look like an offensive juggernaut. Both of those games are at home. Both of those games are winnable. Completely winnable. We got a new defensive coordinator who you know wants to come out and roll the fucking dice. You know they're going to drop blitzes. You know he's going to bring Khalil Mack. You know he wants to put a stamp on this last 6 weeks. This man is given a job for the last 6 weeks of an NFL season for a defense that has looked like shit. He is going to do the exact opposite of everything they have been doing because he is now he is on a 6-week audition. if he comes out and puts together a defense, a resurgent defense, Mr. Pagano just wrote his own check. That's how it works in the NFL. Matt Flynn ended up playing for like 12 teams and made I don't know how many millions of dollars off of one game. That's how it works in the NFL. Remember Osweiler's big contract? What the hell did he do? Nothing. Backed up Peyton Manning. That was it. I don't know what they thought. If he was rubbing his big ass horse head for luck, so I could rub off on osmosis. Why? Just because he's a big, tall dude and he played behind Peyton Manning, he's automatically good? That's how they think in the NFL. So if he can come out, it's a what have we seen you done yesterday. They wanted to see it that recent in memory. What have you done yesterday? And how good was it? So if Pagano can come out and put together 6 weeks and you don't think he knows that, he's drooling. He's like, oh my God, man, we come out and I can even improve this defense at all. I got a job. And I might get a contract multi-year. And that's the truth. And you know, he's got everything he's got everything. The thing is, Downing, it's much different. We can't give up Downing mid-season. It's the offense. It's so, if you change your offensive coordinator mid-season, you're damn near saying, I don't think we have a shot this season. That's too big of a move to make. There's just too much involved in trying to get an offense to sync together. Do I disagree with maybe a move in the offseason? Absolutely not. But that's not a coaching position that I believe you can change midstream and be able to be successful. We still have the opportunity to be successful. We now have made the move on defense. We have to see if they can correct it the last 6 weeks. And it's a very interesting situation, Bob. It's a very interesting situation as you have Musgrave getting promoted the week of the Raider game as they let their offensive coordinator go. See, that tells you the kind of position the Donkeys are in. They're 3-7. They knew it was over, so they let their guy go because they know their season's in the dumpster. Ours isn't there yet. It's on the verge. It's on the verge. If we let the Donkeys come to Oaktown and put the fucking boots to us, then, man, I definitely ain't coming on here after the game, on the post-game show and blowing sunshine and rainbows up your ass. I will tell you it's over. If we go in and lay down this week, if we're not fighting with every ounce in our team's being this week, my God, I don't even know what to. Whew. How can they not get up for this game, man? It's Donkey Bowl 2 for 17, and how can you not get up for this game? But it's a very interesting situation that worked out, as we've got our old offensive coordinator coming to town with his first, just getting promoted offensive coordinator, his first game as offensive coordinator, and our bitter rival coming in. We need a win so bad this week, because if we can beat Denver and the Giants, we're 6-6, and we are right in the middle of the playoff race, right in the wild card hunt. And it's that Kansas City game. That's the big one. That's the big one. That's the daddy right there. At KC, possible cold game, December 10th. That's the one. But we got to get these 2 wins. I still believe we can get it done. We have too much talent on offense for it not to come together eventually. I still believe. I still believe, man. I still believe. Now, currently, with our position. We are currently tied for 9th, so we would be picking in the top 10 if we continue upon our current course of going south. We'll have a great draft pick. I don't want a draft pick. I want a playoff berth. That's what I want. I want a playoff berth. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed or caught the ads that we've ran on the page, but Raider Reaction is trying to broaden our horizons. We have joined the Twitterverse. We are on Twitter now, so please go follow us at Raider Reaction. Also on YouTube. As soon as the shows finish airing every night, there are archives to our YouTube channel, which is Hardcore Challenge Live Studio Webcasts. Hardcore Challenge Live Studio Webcasts, which is every webcast that takes place and is produced by within Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. That includes all the Hardcore Challenge Live webcasts, all the Raider Reaction webcasts, any of our other show hosts on the page, BC Raiders webcasts, all of my ride along with the Commish, which I know y'all love my ride along with the Commish rants. That's when I really get off my chest. Like I don't on here. But go like up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be posting the tonight's show, as well as my other fancy show that I had earlier in the evening on there. Everything's separated into different playlists. You can go watch every show, all the old guests, anything. Everything's there at your fingertips. And follow us on Twitter too. We're getting in more into the Twitter action, so we're just trying to find different ways and avenues to interact with Raider Nation. And T-Bag is not gone, Raider Mike. He's in hibernation, but he's not gone. He's still on the team. He's still on the team, and he's going to be making an appearance soon. We've been discussing his next appearance. I'll make sure I let you know. I'll make sure I let you know. But, like I mention it all the time. I appreciate all the comments, all the input you guys have to say, and I know I can't give you a solid show and bring the fire and be able to answer every comment. But I do want everybody to know, every show, I don't always read the comments on all the posts, but every friggin' show, I go back and read every single comment. So please don't think I never get what you say or get your comments, because I 100% do. And you'd be surprised, man. I use a lot of what you guys say sometimes, makes it into the show. You just don't know. You just don't know it. Now, tomorrow we'll be back with Ghost of the Post, dropping back deep in the pocket and letting it fly league wide as we get you ready for week 12. Touch on all of the games as Prime will be back, bringing the Prime cut. And one last little housekeeping item. The mission of Raider Reaction, our mission statement, as a team, and a page, and a brand, is to bring you all the news and info and flavor that we can find that is related to the silver and black. It is our goal to paint the world silver and black. And if you would like to join the team, the Raider Reaction team, in a promotional capability, help share the show. If you're a graphic artist that would like to design custom stuff for Raider Reaction so that we can help you promote your graphic arts, your music. If you are a aspiring show host who thinks you also would like to have a time slot on Raider Reaction. If you rock the shield and you're a diehard Raider fan, that's damn near all you need to have on your application. So send us a message to the Raider Reaction inbox, direct message, and as you see on the page, we respond 100% to all the messages sent to Raider Reaction. If it's not myself, one of the other admins respond. We always respond to your message. So, if you want to be on one of the fastest, active, best damn Raider fan pages out there, hit up the inbox. And maybe you got what it takes to join the team. We are selective. We are picky about who joins our team. We're very picky, but we will consider and listen to anybody who thinks they may have something they want to bring to the table. May have something they want to bring to the table. So, hit me up. We are here to help. We've got, as you've seen, my halftime show on week 11 at the Patriots game. I had the captain with me. I'm going to be over with the Orlando Raider Nation this week, and the captain is going to join me as well again. And we are going to do our live halftime show at midway of the Donkey Bowl, as well as some meet and greet with Raider Reaction in attendance at the event. So, working the captain into the Raider Reaction team as well. So the brand is growing. If you're a Raider fan out there, you want to jump on the train with the Raider Reaction, hit up the message board, and we'd love to talk to you and pick your brain and see what you got. See what you got on your mind. Because it's a family, man. We all look out for each other here, and the page is growing. We had 13,000 likes, 17,000 follows this weekend. So, the page is growing. It's growing hundreds and hundreds a week. It's growing. Popeye is my Raider Reaction VP. So you just, easy, Michael. Easy. He is my partner in crime, my right-hand man. The man with the spinach in his hand. Now, how do I end every Raider Nation report? There's only one way to end a Raider Nation report. And that's with the WTF. That's with the WTF. Man, I may sound like a broken record, but you know what? I don't give a shit. Yeah, we lost. I sat and I watched it. I watched every damn play. I watched every game. Yeah, I saw how bad we played. I even thought at one point we were going to get blanked. It was ugly. It was uninspired. But then you look at the schedule. And you look at the rest of the AFC. They're not eliminated. I see people quitting on the team already. I see people calling the season done. We have no chance. We have the Donkeys and the Giants next. How can you say we don't have a chance? That's a very, very good... We're probably the favorite in both those games. And that puts us back at 500. How can you not still back your team? The season's not over. The season, an NFL season is never over until it's over. Miracles happen in sports every freaking day. That's never happened before. You hear it all the time in sports. Nobody's ever came back from that. Over and over. There's a laundry list of teams at this position that were sub 500 and have made the playoffs. In recent history. It's not unheard of. It's not impossible. Especially for a team who was a playoff team last year and still is healthy at the majority of their key positions. Stranger things have happened. The Giants a few years ago. Nobody thought were anything until they got hot right at the end of the season, made it into the playoffs. All of a sudden, ta-da! Oh, we raised a trophy. It happens all the time. It's sports. Miracles happen in sports all the time. When you got on the Raider train, people, we told you. That ticket you're holding to get on the Raider train, read the bottom. Fine print. See that? You see what that says? It says for life, motherfucker. And if you're getting on the train, and we're punching it, it's for life. So when you get on, sit down and enjoy the ride. Because it's a 220 mile per hour, silver and black, screaming fucking freight train. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Because you know what? There may be some bumps. You may even get some bruises. It may toss you around the cabin a little. But you know what? It's going to be one hell of a fucking ride. No matter how it goes, how it shakes out at every stop. You got to remember, on the Raider train, it's all about the ride. It's all about the camaraderie. It's about the nation. It's about family. It's so much more than whether or not our team lost in the last game. So if you don't fucking get that and don't understand that it's just more than we lost to New England and looked bad, guess what? We've looked bad before. We'll look bad again. You just hope that in between those, we look great. That's all you can hope for. In between the stretches of bad, you hope there's peaks of greatness. It's the NFL, man. Nobody goes undefeated. Nobody runs the table. It's all about getting hot, figuring it out at the right time. It's all about maybe firing your defensive coordinator at the right time to galvanize and pull a team together and give them something to fight for. Give them something to unify themselves. If you can't still get ready and look at the standings and look at the schedule and see that it's a 6-week sprint and see that your team still has life and see that there is still blood pumping in the 2017 season and there is total life still and a chance, a glimmer. If you can't fucking see that, I look at you and say, what the fuck? You're not a fan. You're a spectator. All you are is an ass in a seat. Your heart doesn't beat with the team. If you can't get behind your team and still cheer for them this season and still think they can do it, because I still think they can do it. I still think they can get it done. And you know what? If we do get eliminated, mathematically, and the season's over, I hope we piss on everybody's season on the way out the door and play spoiler the rest of the year. Because I'll never root for my team to lose. Ever. And I will never, ever, on any given day, think that my team can't beat another team. Ever. You know why? Because I'm a fucking Raider fan. That's why. And I'll always fucking believe. Peace. Love. Raider Nation!